Are you flying in a flight restriction zone, a no-fly zone, and the DJI Fly app says it's okay? Or maybe not. You could be breaking the law. Stick around and find out. So hello and welcome once again back to the channel. Last week's video, the total mayhem within the Fly app, created some great comments in the feedback and a lot of new subscribers. So welcome to each and every one of you, and welcome to the Nobby Green channel. If you've not checked that video out, you can see it up there and it will be down in the description as well. I've also had a response from DJI and I'll be revealing that at the end of the video, so stick around for that. I'm still waiting for a further response from them, but I'll reveal what they've suggested that we do anyway. So a lot of you in the comments suggested that I was actually flying in a no-fly zone or a flight restricted zone, and looking on the DJI Fly app it would appear that I was. So this video should clarify that I was actually not in a flight restricted zone, and moving forward, let's get into the video and find out why. So here you can see where I was stood at the side of the river in this first screenshot. When we move on to the next screenshot, you'll notice that according to the DJI Fly app, I'm actually stood in a flight restriction zone. So in this shot I've just zoomed in and you can see exactly where I was stood at the side of the river. So let's move on now to the DroneSafe UK, and as you can see here, the flight restriction zone is nowhere where I was stood here where the blue circle is showing. So it just goes to show you that the difference in accuracy between DroneSafe UK and the DJI Fly app is absolutely miles out, as you can see on this picture. In the next shot you can see the airspace restrictions map of around the Tolleton Airport of where I was actually stood, and it actually tells you it's illegal to fly in any restriction zones, as you probably well know. However, if we look into the next screenshot, you can see that we have the cross going through the airport, but the actual flight restriction zone, according to this map, means that you can fly either side of those crosses, which doesn't make sense, because as you can quite clearly see, that is the whole of the flight restriction zone. Side by side, a complete different story. This is why it's so important to check the DroneSafe UK or Nat's Drone Assist, the app that's available for your mobile devices. So I hope that clarifies a few things, and you can see in the video how the DJI Fly app maps are inaccurate to the likes of Drone Assist and DroneSafe UK. So you could be in a position where you think you can't fly without permissions, but actually you can. I made a video a few months ago about the 5 best apps you should be using. You can check that one out up there, and that will also be down in the description as well, a link to that video. Personally, I think this subject should be part of the Flyer ID, the online test that you do to get your Flyer ID in the first place. It will be a great advantage for newcomers. So the response from DJI that I talked about earlier, let's have a look at the screenshot of that and some of the suggestions that they've put forward to put this problem right. From DJI Technical Support, hope you're doing well, bloody blah, regarding on having a beta version for the DJI Fly app for iOS. I did ask them if there was one available or whether one could be made available as they've done for Android, and you can check that beta version on Gavin HR's video. But some of the points are quite interesting really, because it talks about here in point 3, enter the image transmission settings in the app. If the channel signal is weak for single frequency aircraft, please change the flight and do another test for dual frequency aircraft, which is what we've got, OcuSync 2.0. Please manually change from 2.4 to 5.8 gig and select the channel with the lower interference. Well, isn't this what OcuSync's all about? It's supposed to automatically change that over for you if you've got interference on one of those frequency bands. Relink the aircraft to the remote controller. A lot of you did comment on the video that that was probably a good fix, and confirm whether the micro SD card is mounted and all things like that. If available, test again with another functioning remote controller. There's no issue with the controller, we've checked that out. So they're asking for more information, and as you can see down here, a screenshot of the error message, firmware version of the aircraft, and so on. A video that shows the concern, if possible. Well, I've linked them out to last week's video. So I'm still waiting a response. So that's sort of give you an idea of what they're trying to do for us. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, you found it useful, and it's brought some clarification for the no-fly zones and the flight restriction zones. If you have enjoyed it, give it the thumbs up. If you haven't, give it the thumbs up twice. And we'll see you in next week's video. Thanks for watching.